all the images that Johnathan Cleck has on his page, they are all his. Every single image that he shows on his list is a patent image that he owns. He owns a 2011 Canadian coin that shows you how the insect scorpion race rose up in 2011, just like I said they did. The bottomless pit, it was opened up and the scorpions came out of the earth. Their ordeal was to hurt men for 5 months. The literal 5 months was between May 21st, 2011 and October 21st, 2011. Everything that Cleck is doing is telling you that the world's going to be destroyed. He's the angel of the Church of Philadelphia. He's Jesus Christ in the flesh. He is going to destroy the earth. And he's happy that he's going up back home with God, acting like they're not trying to take over the world and kill all the sheep that are here. He's pretending he's one of us and he's going up. He's not one of us at all. He is in opposition. Okay, he's down and we're up. Every time he points to himself about being down and the devil and God and evil and good and disgustingly and I hate you so much. Everything that he's saying and doing is the exact opposite. When he tells you how the Democrats accuse Donald Trump of everything that they are, as soon as he says that, then he tells you that Adam Schiffler snorts so much coke, and then has such big his eyes, and he's so smile, and then Johnathan Cleck hops on the YouTube channel with his eyes all wide open. He's so excited, and so amped the fuck up all the time. That's because Johnathan Cleck snorts the coke. Give him a piss test right now. Guaranteed it'll come back flaming hot. Flaming hot. Everything he's doing. I've learned this from Steve. Pointing the finger at you is everything that he is. And I've learned that from my kid's mom over many, many years. It's just the same thing. I can't believe she's pointing her finger. Like, are you delusional? Or are you just like, do you really believe yourself? Or you know you're lying and you don't have no problem with that. That always blew my mind. Cleck is, he's playing Lucifer in the flesh. He might as well be the richest person in the world. The money printed on the back of the $20 bill is his. That patent image, it's his. Money's been printed for a long time, but the newer ones, since the second 9/11, the newer ones, he told you it's his idea by saying it's not his idea. Anything he tells you that is, it isn't, and was not, and is yet to come, and then goes into perdition on October 21st, into the 20th to the 21st, when tick, 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 time's up. Time's up for you, Cleck, because I know your timeline. I know when you started, and I know when you are finished. Being in opposition against him, if you're in opposition, you're going to die. If you have anything, you're dead. If you don't agree, you're dead. If you don't accept the Antichrist system or the doctrine, you're going to die. Even though you're going to die anyway, even though if you're a sheep and you're a blind sheep following him and you actually believe a word that he's saying is true without dissecting, reading between the lines, there's words he says that's true. Read between the lines. If you still believe him, and I didn't exist, and I didn't expose who he really is, being from the outside in, then you would die too, along with everybody else. For the sake of the elect, that time that Johnathan Cleck has, it's going to be shortened. Even Stephen James was in on it. They are all in on it 8 years ago to literally rise from the bottomless pit after the fifth trumpet was blown and the fifth seal was opened up and the first actual woe happened. The first woe was not 9/11. However, they're going to play out 9/11. That's why the next second 9/11 is going to be the second woe. And then behold, I come quickly, because after that, it is bam, 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 one after another, after another, after another. But Cleck has, when I say one after, I'm talking about worldwide news, major news dominating events, absolute complete catastrophe and destruction everywhere. But Cleck's four, he has 4, 3, 2, 1. The fourth reel that he has shown is the fires over in California, because that's the theme of God sending down fire and brimstone. That's the one plague, right? That's the one thing that's happened. Then he's also going to have fallen stars. One of them is going to hit Philadelphia. One of the fallen images is going to hit Philadelphia. And then there's also asteroids that has to come down. And you know, fire from heaven is already there. He's going to destroy the earth with his signs, miracles, wonders. I'm going to show you that this is the guy, that this is the man that this is the man that caused all the world to wonder after the mark of the beast system, like, and all the miracle signs and wonders in the skies. Yep, that's him. That's him. Johnathan Cleck is the face. He's the face. So whoever's responsible, it doesn't matter, truly. He's the one that's going to be held responsible, because he's the face. Stephen James is getting ready to be resurrected tomorrow, because tomorrow is when that 9/11 happens, the second one. And if it doesn't happen tomorrow, then it happens Monday, and that's the final date. It's the final date, because we're going into perdition. However, Cleck is telling you that 9/11, and then October 2nd, Wednesday, he's telling you that he drove across Corpus Christi on Wednesday at 9:03, the same exact AM, the same exact time the second airplane image hit the building and exploded with all the bombs that were set up to make it look like airplane wings flew through it. And at the same time, holographic images of people falling out of the buildings, dropping and hitting the ground with loud explosions. At the same time, an engine was found 6 blocks away. Not right there, but 6 blocks away. Because when it's time for the impact, it's time to roll out the engine. Come on, come on. Everybody's distracted. Come on. Roll it right out into the street. That's the only way, Cleck, that your ass is going to be saved from not doing life in prison, is by telling the truth that all these events from 9/11 on, everything that dominated the world major news domination, was a farce. Everything, as you're showing in your latest video, you're showing the fire engine, the fire truck that sprayed fake blood out of pretended some kind of protest. You're just showing us how fake blood's going to be sprayed everywhere when there's a mass pile of people, just blood everywhere. Because if someone sees something that looks like blood, they're going to look and they're going to think it's blood. And when people see like bodies laying on the ground and arms like falling off, they're going to think that it's real. So I'm trying to save your ass, Cleck. Just tell the truth. Tell everybody the truth. That all these events were all fake. It was all terrorism from you and your group. Small people that's trying to take the world over by force. It's not happening. It's just not happening. So as you're showing all these events and all these shootings and killings and everything, if they're all real, if that first 9/11 actually killed anybody and that second 9/11 killed somebody, you're doing life in prison. And I know you think I'm going to die in prison because you're going to lock me up tomorrow on the 16th. You know, TK, Wednesday, 2nd, 9/11, 9:03 a.m. Corpus Christi, the body of Christ. The 16th through the 26th is a 10-day period. You plan on having people locked up for those 10 days, treating them harshly, of course. You plan on turning your face against the fort of your own land come the 20th, 21st, when time's up. Because when time is up between the 20th and 21st, that usually means like midnight. Midnight, the 20th, going into the 21st, time's up, we're going into perdition. We're all dead, according to you. If you tell the truth, you won't do life in prison. You'll get a punishment for terrorizing people. I'll think of a good one. It'll be something like, I don't know. You know, it'll be something. I'll think of something. I'll think of something good. I won't torture you, like, physically. I won't touch you. You won't even be hurt. Like, nobody's going to lay their hands on you. It's just, you know how you guys are given power to, like, as you think the next 5 months from that point on, October 21st and on, is, you know, from 3-2-1. As you think that it's going to go from October to November, December, January, February, March, 3-2-1. If you think that that's the case, 3-2-1, 2020, then you're given power to hurt men 5 months, but not to kill them, just to torment them. The torment for people is the belief that this shit is real, that it's going to continue on forever, and that there's no hope. That's what the torment is for 5 months. But, you know, for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened, because if not, there would be no flesh. There would be no flesh left in the 5 months, because everybody would think that this is it, and they would all get rounded up, or they would all flee from the fear of the noise, and once they get rounded up, they're getting injected, and they're just going to get killed, and then Cleck's going to have a big feast. This is all about having a feast. Hunted for dinner. It's one of Cleck's clothing lines. Cleck has many clothing lines. All of the stickers that are out there, time's up, all the Trump thing, Trump bashing, it's all Cleck's. He's admitting it. Just read between the lines. I'll prove it. I can't prove it with any, I can't, the funny thing about this is I cannot prove a damn thing. All I can do is gather all my circumstantial evidence. I have to take all my circumstantial evidence to court, which is here, which is this platform. You guys are the jury. God is the judge. You guys are the jury. I'm presenting all the circumstantial evidence that I cannot prove, and then I'm relying on you guys to come up with the right verdict. Even after this all happens, he's guilty as hell. Even his own people are going to turn against him, because they're going to see all this evidence. Even when they didn't even know exactly, but that's like their role model. They're the one. That's the one that they stick up for. Anytime you talk about, you know, money being printed, no, it's not. That's not him. If you talk about the portrait of no, somebody else did that. Anything that has to do with all these stickers and all the clothing, like, he's just showing the stuff. He loves it. He's the artist. He's the one that drew it all. He's the one that has the patent. He's the one that has all those tattoos that are on women's vaginas. He's the one that has the copyright to that. He's the one that has the patent for those images. He is the beast that he wants you to worship. All the images, including the ones in the sky. Cleck, you're going to have to tell the world that the sun simulator is a simulator, just like you are a sun simulator. Stephen James Sean is a sun simulator also. He's the underground simulator. You're the above ground simulator. Just like Stephen and you are copying me and Justin. Because I'm the face of the above. and Justin is the connection from in the ground. But we both do it on our own from the outside looking in. It only took me 30 months to get on YouTube because I'm so sick of all the bullshit lying stories, all this fakery, and these shootings that are obviously fake as hell. Because you guys throw stuff in there to prove that it's fake, but you can't prove it. It's like your heart knows, and you guys know that because that's part of the scripture. You beat around the bush, you say things that admits it, but you won't admit it, even though you're admitting it. That's what's going to convict you, because when it happens exactly the way you guys are saying it's going to happen, and I'm telling you where the information's coming from, when the second 9/11 happens, whether it's 2 impacts or 1, but think about the second 9/11. It would be identical to the first one to give you the, oh my God, this is the second 9/11. 1 building's hit at 8:48. That was just 3 minutes later than last time. Oh my God, another building's hit at 9:03, which is the exact same time as the second one. 1 building's hit. It's all at 17th and John F. Kennedy Boulevard. Building 8 is there. The Comcast building is catty corner, because as time is up and you like to put the X marks the spot, Jonathan, X marks the spot, because at that corner of 17th and John F. Kennedy, here's building 8, 1628 Chase Bank, the address, and then catty corner is the Comcast building, which is going to collapse all of our Wi-Fi. All you got to do is hit the Wi-Fi, cut the phone lines from, just say our carrier, our aircraft carrier, which is the airwaves that carries the craft. This airwave here, the YouTube, there's an air carrier. Once the Abraham Lincoln is destroyed, the aircraft carrier, once that's destroyed, not the real one, but the spiritual one, even when the real one is said to be destroyed, it really wasn't. It's all fakery. Not one person's dying. I'm telling you, not one person's dying when it comes to all these events. And that's the only thing that's going to keep Cleck from being in prison for the rest of his life. And then on top of that, because nobody's really dying, after I shut the lion's mouth down here in Philadelphia, when this begins, because of that, I'm going to save Cleck from being in prison for the rest of his life, because he's going to tell the truth about the sun. That's a simulator that you guys are going to park. Probably right around October 20th. I think that when time's up, the sun goes down, it doesn't rise back up in the morning for 1 day, for 2 days. You know, and then all of a sudden you start seeing major sceneries in the skies. Well, then know that after 3.5 days, the sun rises back up, but it's going to be the open sky treaty. This is where the sky actually opens up. All of the miracle signs and wonders is over, because Cleck, your reign is over after 3.5 days. A times and a half. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. But you'll still party regardless. No matter what I say, you will party even harder. The more I say this, the more fuel it gives you to party harder, because you are getting ready to turn your face against the fort of your own land. And then that's when all of the people that worked for you, they didn't believe that the second 9/11 is going to happen. They didn't know. They don't know that you're going to play 3 more events in a row, because you already played. You're 4, 3, 2, 1. There's 3 in a row in Philly. 2 have already happened. August 14th, the shooting in Philadelphia, where 6 officers were shot. One of them was grazed in the head and had a wounded head, but did live. Then the next one was the Church of Philadelphia, because you kept talking about it, on August 27th at 52nd and Lancaster Ave. Better recognize Golan Heights after 52 years. The Eagles won the Super Bowl 52, amongst many other 52s. Those 2 events happened. And then 45 days later, from, I believe, is it the final major news dominating event, which was the shooting in Texas at Home Depot that you made reference to. Everything you said, you and Michael Spears said in that video, July 4th, Independence Day. has already came to pass, and then a little bit more. You talked about Philadelphia, you talked about Lumberyard, Yoder, Loader, you talked about Ohio, the Dayton, Ohio shooting, the 4 stuffed peppers Steve talked about. Ned Peppers was shot up. You talked about the Home Depot, that was referenced in the news. You talked about Philadelphia, the event came, the shooting happened. I happened to be right there before the actual first interview that anybody gave, because I descended on the scene. And then you have the church, the fire, which is burning down to the ground. So now you have 3 in a row. We're weighing it out. The third in a row in Philly is the second 9/11. That's the second woe according to you guys, because you guys are playing the first 9/11 as the first woe, even though the first woe was October 21st, 2011. Into the 7th and into the 8th year, the second woe. That's the real second woe. The real second woe, not 9/11. The real second woe is October 21st, going into perdition. For the sake of the elect, those days shall be shortened. Behold, I come quickly, quickly. The third woe, when the 7th angel begins to sound, mystery's finished. Not you, Cleck. You are not the 7th angel. You're the angel of the church of the Laodiceans. You're like the Nickelodeons or Licanadians or whatever they are called. The deeds that I can't stand, that's who you are. The second woe, X marks the spot. X is 17th and John F. Kennedy Boulevard, where those 2 buildings are going to be hit. One of them at 8:48 a.m., the other one at 9:03 a.m. on October 16th, 2019. And if the latest, it would be October 21st, 2019, just in case. Just in case, because I know that the whole idea is to shut my frickin' mouth. Shut the hell up, Robin. You just got to shut up. So it's perfect timing that they're getting ready to shut me up. They're getting ready to put me in jail. TK 16, the 16th through the 26th of October. Getting ready to put me in jail to shut my ass up, because I'm getting way too detailed and accurate with what you are getting ready to play out in the world. So because that was your 4th event out of the 4, 3, 2, 1, you got 3 left, you got 2 left, and you got 1 left. You, Cleck, you have the second 9/11. Absolutely, you have that. It's probably even printed on the front of a $100 bill or something, where you fold that and you'll see like the Comcast building, and you'll see like building 8 over here, caddy corner, X marks the spot, X is on your parachute. That's the target. Dropping it right there with both of them. Now, when all these things happen here in Philly, that's the beginning. That's going to be, according to the elite script, the second woe. When it's not. Everything they do, they try to do first or after. They're either before or behind. When you guys have like the fake Christ being born on 9/11, 21 days later from 9/11 is when Christ was really born, October 2nd, 7 BC. But then when you play out the scorpion race being stung, then you're playing that out later. That already happened. So you're playing that out later, but it already happened. But then you try to play the Antichrist beforehand, but it's really 21 days later. You guys are behind, in front. You're just not there centered. You're just not. So then you have the second, the 3, 2, 1. The second one is, once the second woe happens, and that's the reason for all absolute war to begin, because it's Iran. Iran sent the missiles over. Wait, no, it wasn't a bit. Wait a minute, is that a bird? It's a plane. No, it's a holographic image. Once that happens, the second woe, according to elite script, is when the second 9/11 happens. Pix, PLPIX, or P planet X. X marks the spot. 7 and of the 8th year, the 5th trumpet being blown, according to you guys, even though again the 5th was already May 21st to October 21st, 2011, same year that you rose up from the pit, Cleck. Now then you have, because that's the second woe according to you guys, the third woe is going to come. Third woe comes when the sun goes down, when you drop the sun, the simulator over here, the moon turns bloody red, you know, and then the sky, once the sky opens up, that's the peace tree. That's when your time's up, for real. Then the final, well, the final third woe is between the sun dropping and the I think the sun drops afterwards. The third and final woe is Hawaii's volcanic eruption that causes all these earthquakes, and also at the same time the asteroid hits the ground and wipes out New York. I think it might hit that first, but then all of the earthquakes happen. California sinks into the ocean. They've already cut off most of their power, so they ain't gonna say anything. Same thing in New York. They'll just cut off their power. Still, the rumor's gonna be North Korea shot a missile at our EMP and destroyed it. Within 30 minutes, that's gonna happen. So that's the third and final woe, when all of the waters come at us like a flood. But we'll have a place prepared for us for a times and a half, for 3.5 days. It's over. October 24th into the 25th. When everybody sees this happening, starting here in Philly, when everybody sees that, everybody that works for Cleck, that is trying to troll me, that doesn't believe that this is actually going to happen, they just think, yeah, whatever. But then there's his colleagues that do know that this is going to happen. You guys, once you see this happen, after I've pinpointed it, dead on accurate, how are you going to still work for him? I'm telling you what's going to happen before his script unravels. It's unraveled. When everything's revealed, I'm peeling off the seals, every one of them, everyone, and showing everybody, look, this is what's really happening here. This is what's really happening. What you think is happening, it's not. So that's the time that everybody turns against Cleck and none come to his help. This thing's falling down. None of them come to his help. And then he's going to be destroyed, not in anger nor in battle, but by the fact that the truth was exposed. Nobody's going to hurt him. It's not in a battle. Nobody's going to be angry at him. They're just going to all come to his presence and say, Johnny, look, Robin, he told us this was going to happen before you did. We don't want to go against that because we know that there's an excellent spirit working inside of Robin Henry Tees. We don't want to mess with that spirit. We just don't. And besides that, he's better looking than you. And he's actually kinder than you. And he's for real. We've been watching him for so many years. He's the same off camera, behind and front. We want him to take over, not you, Johnny. Sorry. We're not helping you. And that's how it ends. Huh, ain't that amazing? The world comes down to this. Johnathan Cleck. I know, you're not supposed to believe it right now. But I have to tell you the way it's going to happen anyway, before I get shut down. I can't be afraid to say anything. I can't worry about people's thoughts. It doesn't affect me anymore. It used to at one point. Now I'm just laser Robin focus, Johnny. Just laser focus. So he's not part, but he has everything to do with the creation of the images in the skies. All of the images, all of the angels ascending up, descending. We're going to see that. Don't forget about the rapture, October 18th on Friday. Because he's going to show one more reel, which is tomorrow. Because he came on today to talk about, I didn't finish listening to all of it yet, but just give you a gist of it. He's going to come on, he's going to show he's going to show his movie clip tomorrow. Then he's going to hop on Thursday. He's going to talk about that. What Johnny's going to talk about in his video on Thursday, October 17th, when I'm not here anymore, he's going to talk about how Philadelphia deserved to be destroyed in 1 hour, that great city. And then Friday, he's going to play his other reel, the movie clip, right? And that movie clip's going to be the rapture. That's Friday the 18th. And then from that point on, it is all hell breaking loose up until the 21st, when he's going to release the Mark of the Beast video, which is the end of be all. That is the video that he's going to show everybody in the world that ends it all. And there's a party that's going to happen for 3.5 days. The party doesn't truly happen when I get silenced. It truly happens when he pushes the play button, sits back after the Mark of the Beast video, because he's not gonna get up Monday, because the world's gonna look like it's destroyed, and the rapture happens at the same time he has to portray that he went up, because he's Christ, that he went up with the rapture. I believe that's the way it is. I'll be surprised if he actually does hop on Monday, because the world's gonna look like it's ending. How's he gonna hop on? So that's everything in a nutshell that Cleck is responsible for. He's telling his story. If his walls could talk, what he doesn't understand is, Cleck, did you see that fly that will not leave? Like, you can't catch it. It's one of them super flies. Superfly snooker. I'm that fly. The fly that's on that wall, God has given me the understanding and the perception how to interpret everything that you're saying, so I can read between those lines and then tell the entire world that you're the one responsible for all this, and you're that guy that we're all going to look at like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that this was him. A man, a single man that's taken the face. That's why Steve he's like, I'm done. Robin, you won. You already won. I know you won. 10-10 wins. I won the bet. It's you. You figured it out. You figured it out. All of us. Everything that we're doing, you figured it out. Good job. So I can't fight it anymore. Everybody else will get in line once these events happen, because then you'll truly understand, especially the ones that have been watching me, the ones that are in the alphabet soup. You guys, when you see this, you're going to know that I found this information out strictly by just God alone. God Almighty, the real God, the one that really talks to me, and I don't hear a damn word. Because I don't claim to be God talking to myself, giving myself ideas as to what's going on. I actually give credit to the source that created me. And yet, the thoughts and everything that thoughts are constantly running in everybody's heads, no matter what, good or bad. You got to just learn to let them flow through. Like, stop putting up a dam as water flows through, and then start stressing and worrying and grabbing. Let it flow through. Shut the dam. Just let the thoughts flow through. Grab the ones that are good, that gives you the information, and run with that. That's you taking whatever thoughts you want and running with it. That's